Do you have an upcoming project, task, have to do a ton of writing, or focus intimately on a particular project that you're doing right now, but you need to get into that elusive zone state that allows everything to be easy and just flows? Well, I'm going to give you a couple of powerful techniques to achieve that in a short amount of time. Let's enter the zone. Before we kick off, be sure to subscribe to this channel, like, leave a comment, and share with your friends and family who need to get into the zone right now to get more done. In my 90-day mission to become unstoppable for my upcoming book, The Identity Gap, that will be out through Entrepreneur magazine in October of this year, I interviewed various doctors, neuroscientists, psychiatrists, as well as famous biohackers to work out what they were doing to get into the zone state so they could get more done in less time. Entering the zone state is incredible. You lose all sense of time, your focus narrows on the project and task at hand, and you smash through it incredibly quickly without even really thinking. Nor do you procrastinate about this particular task because your brain is just flowing freely, instead of having that stop-start interaction with the task in front of you. Now, there are a couple of techniques that you can use to enter the zone, and the first one is one of my favorites, and it's a combination of L-theanine as well as caffeine. This nootropic stack, and let me be clear, there are two different types of nootropics. One type of nootropic is pharmaceutically driven, so that could be something as nicotine, which I've covered in other videos. Now, I'm not talking about actually smoking it, but via a spray. But check out my other video, you'll see the link below. The other type is what is naturally derived from plants. L-theanine is a particular nootropic that reduces anxiety. It has a sedative effect without making someone go to sleep, and it also increases the ability to focus. When this particular nootropic is combined with something as caffeine, whether it be via a coffee or even a tea, you are able to enter a particular mental state that allows you to really zone in and get focused within 30 minutes. That's how quickly it works. Now, L-theanine is a very well-researched nootropic, and in fact, it naturally appears in green tea. And if you've ever noticed that you've had a green tea, you get that energy burst similar to what you have with caffeine, but you don't have the anxiety with it, that's because the L-theanine has that calming effect on the energy spike that you're experiencing. If you ever happen to find that you've overstimulated yourself with caffeine, you can have a couple of L-theanine tablets, which can reduce that anxiety and help you to get focused really quickly. What's interesting about L-theanine by itself is that it's also used in various other nootropic stacks to help an individual sleep. So it's not only great for daytime use, but also nighttime use. It's readily available in your local vitamin or health food store. Now, if you don't want to supplement with the capsules, drink green tea throughout the day instead, but be sure that you cut off your green tea intake by at least 3 p.m. in the afternoon so it's out of your body before you actually go to sleep. If you're anything like me, I'm a slow metabolizer of caffeine, but I can only drink it through tea and not coffee because I'm sensitive to coffee. But I must cut off early in the afternoon or it will affect the quality of my sleep. Caffeine and L-theanine is one of the most basic nootropic stacks that you can begin with to help you get into the elusive zone state. And number 2, anchoring with music. Anchoring is a neuro-linguistic programming technique where you anchor, whether it be via sound, sight, or even clicking to help you enter that zone state to get focused. Now, there is one particular technique that I've used for years, and that is to anchor particularly with music. Now, what music does is, if you think back to a track that you heard when you were in your early 20s, if you heard that track back then, it would have increased whether it be anxiety, sadness, or elation. What we want to find to help us get into the zone in this particular situation is whether it be a soundtrack or an album that you can anchor a certain emotional state 2. In my instance, I was writing my first book in a beautiful island in Thailand over 10 years ago, and I was listening to a Head Candy album at the time and drinking Mai Tais. So whenever I listen to that album, afterwards, I immediately get transported back to the beach where I was writing away and I was in that relaxed flow state. In recent times, writing my other 3 books, I've also listened to that same album consistently. That's because every single time I put it on, I automatically enter the zone without having to force myself to focus. And that's what being in the zone is. You shouldn't have to force yourself or force your brain to enter it. You should enter it naturally. What you can do is find an album or a chill out playlist that anytime you go to do a particular task, for me it's writing. For you, it might be something else. But every time you sit down to do that particular task, you hit play on that soundtrack, you get into a calm state, you visualize the work that you're about to do really rapidly, rewind it, fast forward, rewind, fast forward. I talk more about that priming technique in my last video, so be sure to check that out. And what happens is when you hit play on that soundtrack, you suddenly get into the zone and you just do the work without actively thinking about it, and everything flows freely. The other thing that you can do is when you hit play on the music and you get into that calm state, you can click your fingers and anchor it through some type of gesture. So for the click of the fingers, I have that for when I film videos. For when I'm writing, I actually just press in here, which is a calmer state. But obviously, I need that one for right now. So there are your 2 powerful techniques to get into the zone so you can get more done in less time and have more fun while you're doing it. If you'd love to learn more, be sure to head over to theidentitygap.co. That's where you'll get all of the updates for my brand new book that'll be coming out in October. And be sure to leave a comment below. What techniques have you used before that have worked to help you get into the zone, and how can you apply these 2 brand new techniques? Do it right now, take care, and I'll see you next week.